Well, the full-blooded Italian, Little Guido, in the ring. He's had a very storied career all over the world. Would it be fair to say, Bob, that Phil Atlas finds himself in the same position Little Guido was maybe 7-8 years ago?
I think it's safe to say Phil Atlas barely found his way to the ring. Dave, did you see him walking around backstage? When he get lost, the crowd's out here.
Phil Atlas, 23 years of age, wrestling in All Japan Pro Wrestling for the last year and a half. And we've seen him here and there in Ontario and across the U.S. recently. This should be a very entertaining match. I'm looking forward to the stylings of Little Guido back here in a BCW ring once again, and Phil Atlas. Man, oh man, who do you give the edge to in this match?
Dave, I don't know. This is the classic encounter of experience against youth and, grizzly attitude against the P&V of Phil Atlas. I mean, he talks about, I think, he's trying to maybe be a little bit humble. Don't worry, I think Guido knows exactly who Phil Atlas is. Phil Atlas is becoming a name, and you said 7 years ago, is that where Guido was? Sure. I was here when he did fight Mike Whipwreck in that retirement match, and you can see a lot of Phil Atlas in Little Guido.
Well, this is BCW's Night of Extreme, and Little Guido knows a whole lot about Extreme, Bob. Former ECW competitor with the full-blooded Italians.
Absolutely. Well, that and, some of his contests against Super Crazy and Tajiri are legendary. They're the stuff that ECW fans remember as, the epitome of Extreme. And, well, Phil Atlas, I think he's going to be in for an education, but I think he's in a place where he's probably going to teach Guido a couple things, too.
Well, the old saying is you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but got a handshake, maybe a sign of admiration, mutual respect here between the two of them.
Well, I'm going to tell Guido you called him an old dog, Dave. That's pretty bad to say. He came in on a special night, trying to dump all over.
He is a veteran of the ring, let's just say that. Not an old dog by any means. Guido's still got a whole lot left in the tank. And he looks to prove it here in BCW once again, up against Phil Atlas. Hold on, he rolls him up. There's a cover. Atlas able to get to the ropes.
Phil Atlas, he's a young guy, Dave, but like he said, he's got experience all over the world. Trained here at Can-Am Wrestling School in Windsor, Ontario. Then went to the All Japan Dojo as part of an student exchange, a talent exchange. And now
we've seen him in BSE Pro several times.
Absolutely, up in Toronto, a great wrestler, and he's got the attitude, he's got the mentality that he wants to get ahead in this business. And I mean, no better way to do it than if he can defeat Little Guido tonight. I
think one difference between these two guys is that Little Guido has got that nasty little snapping spirit in him where, I mean, if the game calls for it, he will turn it around, and he's not afraid to play dirty, Bob.
He's Italian, so that goes without saying.
Please. Shots in the midsection, trying to break up that headlock. Irish whip, sends Atlas into the ropes, and the shoulder block. Down goes Guido. Off the ropes now once again. The leg sweep. Guido, look at this. Look at the speed. There's a cover and a kick out. Oh, hang on a second. Phil Atlas did say he's been doing his homework.
Wow, I don't know if Guido've ever seen anything like that before, though.
Springboard arm drag. Well done. Both men thinking the same thing. Wow, look at this action.
Well, what well-conditioned athletes. I mean, that was an unbelievable exchange, Dave.
Both men taking a second to regroup a little bit, maybe come up with a different strategy.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the two styles mesh together. I mean, we don't know more for his mat-based submission. He's a shooter. He started out as in shoot wrestling, and Phil Atlas more a North American style high flyer with some Japanese thrown in. I mean, it's going to be a great.
Wait a second, Bob. Here, Guido offering the hand. Shake with Phil Atlas. There you go. Once again, and Guido, remember what I was telling you about that spirit? He's not afraid to break the rules just a little bit.
Well, Phil Atlas did say he's been watching Guido's tapes. And clear.
Oh, wait a second. A little bit of maybe a bit of a fed-up attitude from Phil Atlas. They're now in control of Little Guido. It's that arm, and Wolf, face buster down to the mat and to the outside goes Little Guido.
Wow, and I mean, Guido landed on that nose. That's going to hurt. Look at the size of that thing.
Guido, Nunzio, whatever you want to call him. Call for a timeout, but there is no timeout. This is Night of Extreme.
And there's a high flying I talked about, Dave. Phil Atlas just springboarded himself, landed right on Guido's head. And Guido's might be down for the... Oh, no.
Well, once again, you got to remind him there are no timeouts here. And the way Phil Atlas uses his offense, there really is no safe spot in this arena. Guido taking a moment to himself.
Well, this is where the veteran skills of Guido come in. He knows that Phil Atlas was filled with some adrenaline, filled with some fire, and just slowed him down. And
we got to give him a cat and mouse here. I don't know who wins a race between these two. Oh, wait a second!
Oh, well,
there's that veteran edge once again, Bob.
I think he just found out who won the race there. Guido with just a dirty shot, kicking that middle rope right to the groinal area of Phil Atlas.
And Guido with a cover now, too. Quite proud of himself. Little Guido lifts Phil Atlas up with a big scoop and a slam. Kind of a snapping slam.
Yeah, did you see that? Oh, and now it's got the with the leg scissors on, or headlock.
Head scissor there.
Yeah, and wow, that's just the cutthroat style of Guido.
Putting the pressure on Phil Atlas here in this match. Night of Extreme for Border City Wrestling. Whip into the corner. Hang on a minute now. Oh, wait a second. This thing could be over. He's got that arm bar.
Oh, he's got the top. That's the